What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 5 NHL 22 Pittsburgh Penguins Franchise Mode Series. As you guys can see, I actually just sent through the preseason. We're 6-1. Blake Wheeler has 10 points in 7 games. I'm going to show you guys the lines heading into this year. I feel like, again, should be a Stanley Cup contender. We got Gensel, Crosby, McKinnon, nasty first line, get a +5. Whitmore, Malkin, Wheeler get a +3. This is going to be Whitmore's rookie year. I'm hoping for big things from him. He's got a bunch of X factor. He's a good all-around player. He's playing with some good veterans in Malkin and Wheeler. Wenberg, Stevenson, Eberle's a solid third line. Appleton, Gord, Poulin, I think is a very good fourth line. Defensively here, Hedman, Dreisaitl's our top pair now, which is sick. Letang, Brodino on the second pair get a +5. And a solid bottom pair of Dumoulin and Muhammad Olin. And then in terms of goaltending, guys, I asked you, should Fleury be in the NHL or not? I'm not going to lie, it was pretty split, so I decided, you know what, we'll keep Fleury in the NHL for now. If I'm noticing, in the first couple months he's not playing well as the backup, we'll send him down. But for now, I feel like he's a legend. We got to keep him up. Leonard, of course, though, is our starter. In terms of the special teams as well, +5 in the first four-man, +5 on both power plays, so should have a solid power play here. The PK is a +5 and a +2. Three-man there's a 0 and a +1. Whitmore, you can see he's on the three-man. He's on the PK. He's on both power plays. I'm really hoping he'll win the Calder Trophy this year. Now, in terms of the AHL team, it's also looking solid. Anderson, McMichael, Soderblom on first line. Roloff, Beecher, Rasmussen, Beckman, Gruden, Svechkovsky, Niederbach, Geeky, Desnoyers. Defensively here, Lindstein, Fleury. Lindstein probably makes NHL next year. Joseph Wild, Prokhorkin, Stanley. Goaltending here, Blomqvist and Dostal is honestly too good of a goalie tandem in the AHL. Like, that could be an NHL goalie tandem, and it really wouldn't be that bad. And real quick, guys, before I forget, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up on this video, it really helps me out. When I was looking at our players' trade values, I noticed something kind of interesting I want to share with you guys. So, Chris Letang here, 79 overall at 38 years old. Blake Wheeler, 80 overall at 39. Have just slightly more value than Stevenson, who's 87 overall. Reason being, of course, these two guys have X factors, but I thought X factors weren't supposed to play, such a big role in trade value. And you'll notice this even more, I think. 75 overall, 40-year-old Marc-Andre Fleury, way more trade value than 23-year-old, 83 overall Blomqvist. Like, I don't know, that's kind of crazy to me. Let me know what you guys think. On the old veterans as well, with the low rating, the trade value should not be that heavily influenced by the X factors. And I showed this in the last episode, guys, but this season, Crosby will pass Mario Lemieux for the all-time point leader for the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise, only 5 back. And if he goes insane and scores 42 goals, he'll also tie Mario Lemieux's goal record. So, hoping, for a big year from Crosby here. Now, the last thing I want to show you guys their overalls for this season, offense, defense, and goaltending. You can see there it's 96, 93, 82. So with Fleury, it does drop quite a bit, but still not too bad. Claude Giroux is on the Nashville Predators. Very interesting. So I'll start the same here, guys, and hope it's a good season. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Bounty Sports for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure you guys have heard about them by now, but they're a daily fantasy sports platform that's switching things up with a simple and easy-to-use pick'em style opposed to your classic fantasy lineup. I find the pick'em style is a lot easier to win and more fun as well. And signing up is super easy. It takes about 10 seconds. And if you use my code TACTIX, you'll get $5 for free, no deposit necessary. So without spending any money, you can potentially win some big prizes. Now, once you guys have your free $5, you're going to want to either go on the website or download the mobile app. And after that, guys, you want to pick a contest to enter. You can see they have a variety of different sports there. Obviously, I'll be doing NHL. I'll probably just go with this $4 entry fee one. You can see 50 entries. I'm going to try and pick the winning team for each game. Favorites give you 1 point. Underdogs give you more than 1. You're trying to get the max points possible. Senators at home against the Hurricanes. I think I could have got the Hurricanes there. Devils, Canadians, both bad teams. Thanes are worse, though. I'll take the Devils. Bruins, underdog at home against the Penguins. I'll take them. I'll take the Capitals at home against the Blue Jackets. I'll take the Jets as well versus the Wild. Give me the Oilers versus the Golden Knights. They're trying to play a bit better. I'll take the Canucks, though, versus the Coyotes. I'll obviously have to back my Red Wings there against the Flyers. Another Edmonton game here against the Blackhawks. I'll take them at home. Nashville, Dallas. I think I'm going to take Dallas at home here, honestly. Vegas, Calgary. That could go either way. We'll take Vegas. Arizona, Seattle. Let's take Seattle at home. And then Islanders, Canucks. I feel like the Islanders are going to start playing a bit better, so I'll take them there. You can see max points, 15.85. And right here, you guys can see the pricing breakdown. First place pays $40, second $30, goes all the way down to $10 for 10th. So this sounds like something that might interest you guys. Click the link in the description box below and use my code TACTIX for a free $5. Again, no deposit necessary. Highly recommend giving Bounty Sports a try. Now, guys, let's get back to the video. Alright, guys, so just finished the end of December. We have a record of 20-11-2, so we're looking pretty good right now. I do want to check here on Fleury's stats to see how he's playing. Wow, Crosby, 43-33. He's already passed Lemieux's franchise point record. He's about 20 goals back and still a lot of games to do it. I think he just might. So we'll take a look here at Fleury's stats. Is he worth it as a backup? 3-3, .893 and a 3.03. Not the best, but also not the worst. our AHL goalies are both looking pretty good. The thing is, they are playing, AHL competition. They're kind of too good for the AHL. I mean, I feel like Fleury's not doing so bad. We can't have him in for now. I'll take another look at the trade deadline and see if he needs to be subbed out. Alright guys, so this isn't good. We're at the trade deadline now with the record of 29, 23, and 9. We got absolutely wrecked here on a 10-game losing streak, starting with this OT loss to Minnesota Wild. It was actually 3 straight games where we went to OT, so we got a point at least. But you can see there's 6 losses, Panthers 7, Devils 8, Preds 9, Vegas Golden Knights 10. 10 straight losses. So luckily we still have playoff chances. We're 4 points back of the Devils wildcard spot, 5 back of the Panthers. Have a game in hand on the Devils, but there's some teams between us. Not going to be easy. Crosby there is 70 and 61. Going to take another check here on Fleury's stats. AC good enough to be our backup. I don't know what happened, honestly, on that 10-game losing streak. 5, 7, and 5. So, I mean, we have a negative record with Fleury. It's positive with Leonard. Take a look here at the AHL goalies. They're both looking pretty solid. So, maybe we call up Blomqvist and kind of just have Fleury along for the ride. I feel like he's played enough games. He's going to have his name on the cup. Definitely we got to start playing better here in the last 20-25 games. Also guys, in regards to the AHL team, you can see they're first in their division with 95 points. They're second in the AHL behind only the Gulls, who have 1 more point there at 96, but our team has 2 games in hand. So definitely they're not going to be hurt or anything by us calling up Blomqvist to try and help with the NHL team. I think we'll be a conservative buyer. We want to push into these playoffs here. Hopefully it's not too little too late. Elias Lindholm, John Tavares, Eriksson Ek, O'Reilly, Ukko-Pekka-Lehtinen, 0 years left. Interesting. Very interesting. Could be like a player for us next year. Brodin, Tarasenko, Zibanejad, Carlson, Saros. Some pretty good players on the block right now. And while in the video, guys, it just kind of clicked for me that Brodin's on our team on the block. I didn't do that. I'm not really sure what the assistant GM was thinking there. Now, this is kind of crazy, guys. Looking to see who else is on the trade block. Washington has John Carlson and Alex Ovechkin. How crazy would it be to bring Obi to the Pittsburgh Penguins to play with Crosby? But instead of that, I'm going to try something, I don't know if it's crazy or not. I want to get both Bergeron and Marchand from Boston. They're both on the trading block. They played on a line with Crosby at the Olympics, at the World Cup. That could be pretty crazy. I don't know what we'll do with McKinnon. I guess he could play with Malkin and Gens on the second line. We'll see if this works, because if it does, it'd be, like I said, pretty nuts. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, guys, but I'm trying to get Bergeron and Marchand at 50%, offering up Poulin, Eberle, first-round pick. Poulin and Eberle are basically going to lose their spots here. Poulin's still only an 80 at 25. Eberle's gone down to an 80. Not really producing at all for us this year on the third line. We'll see what Boston says. Wow. Okay, so that is a huge trade. I think I was also looking at O'Reilly, but now that we have Bergeron, we don't need him. Kind of like in the last year's franchise, we got Bergeron instead of O'Reilly. I was looking at Tavares as well. I don't know if we could pull this off and grab him, but it'd be kind of nuts. Also, Ukko-Pekka-Lehtinen could be the goalie of the future if we can get him for the right price. So I doubt this goes through, guys, but if it does, steal for us. Offering the Sabres 3/3 and Morgan Geekie for Ukko-Pekka-Lehtinen, unsigned. Could be our goalie next year. I think because he's 26, he actually might be a pending UFA, which is why his value's not too high, but we'll see what they say to this. Trades rejected, which I kind of figured. I mean, we have Leonard, but Ukko-Pekka-Lehtinen's younger. I'd probably do a second 2/3 in Geekie. Trades accepted. Okay, so there we kind of have an insurance option in goal if Leonard doesn't do well for us again in the playoffs. If he does, I mean, maybe we could have just a really good backup in him if Fleury retires this year, which he might. That's probably all we're going to do now. I feel like those are 2 pretty big moves. Alright, guys, so we're really just going for it this year. I'm now offering St. Louis, Stevenson in a third for O'Reilly. Have him at 50%, 88 overall, but he's the veteran, tons of abilities there. Probably the best two-way setter in the game with the great face-offs, really good defensive stats. He's slower, but that's okay. He still does well. You can see right there. What is that? Like 70 points, 60 games right now. Stevenson only 1 overall less, but not as good in the face-off circle, not as good defensively. He's also a pending UFA. He's definitely going to want to raise, so let's just get the better one for this playoff run. Only adding a third to him to get O'Reilly. We'll see what the Blues say. Trades rejected. Okay. Now, I saw that the Leafs had Tavares, and he actually may have had less value than O'Reilly. It was quite close, so I'm going to see if they do this deal. If not, I probably circle back to O'Reilly, and we can add like a fourth or something with the third, because I think he'll probably help us more in terms of like PK, stuff like that. Now, we don't really have much time left, so I gotta be quick. The Leafs say no to this as well. Okay, so yeah, let's just try and get O'Reilly here. It's definitely a race against the clock right now. And I'm thinking we'll add a fourth this year. Like, we're really just kind of going for it. Trade still rejected. They don't really like any of our guys. Maybe unsigned. Do I have anyone of value? Oh, this low elite. He probably doesn't move the needle, but you never know. Oh! Trade accepted. Okay, so a low elite Stevenson, a third and a fourth gets us O'Reilly. That was one of the craziest trade deadlines ever. We got both of those guys that were on the block. I mean, I'm surprised Marchand wasn't there. Bergeron. We even tried to get Tavares. Again, it was either him or O'Reilly, but we have enough guys, I think, in our top six, especially with, Marchand coming now. Bergeron, O'Reilly, I might put both of them on the third line. Just have, like, the greatest shutdown line ever. We definitely have some options. And I think, the main thing is we better make the playoffs, though, after trading away all those things, but I think it was worth the risk. And there you go, guys. Trade deadline is now complete. In between our two last trades, Lars Eller goes to Dallas. Let's see here. Verhaeghe to Boston. Kyrie to the Canucks. Ekman Larson to St. Louis. Suter there to the Lightning. Let's see. Backstrom to the Rangers. Ristolainen to the Islanders. Fiala to the Sharks. Let's see. Brendan Goulet to the Golden Knights with Tanner Pearson. Memorial to the Stars. Barbanov to the Canucks. Dylan Dubé to the Sharks. D'Angelo there to the Preds. Saros to the Hurricanes. That is a big trade right there for Carolina. Henrik Borgstrom's on waivers. Interesting. Only an 80. He's making 1.5. Definitely decline. Alright, guys. So after that crazy trade deadline, going to give you an updated look at the lines. We are so stacked. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm going to freak out. We got Brad Marchand, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon on the first line. This is the East Coast line, which is so nasty. The two Cole Harbor boys. Marchand's from Halifax. These guys train together. Now they're on the same team. Gensel, O'Reilly, Malkin. Are you kidding me? Wheeler, Bergeron, Whitmore, Appleton, Gord, Wenberg. Like, we are so stacked. Even Whitmore on the third line. He'll be fine. He's still getting power play and PK time. Defensively here, I think it's the exact same. No changes there. It's doing well. And speaking of the special teams, we got +5 on both still. The first one, McKinnon, Crosby, Marchand, Gensel, Drysdale. Second here, Whitmore, O'Reilly, Malkin, Hedman, Wheeler. Come on. The four-man's a +5 and a +3. Both PKs are +5s. And the two best face-off guys in the league, in O'Reilly and Bergeron, to center either or. Like, this is just insane. Of course, O'Reilly, Bergeron for the two three-mans. We are so stacked. AHL team still looks good. We've actually got +1 down the first three lines. -1 in the fourth, but it's whatever. Defensively there, I think they're the same. The AHL team should still be solid. So I'm actually curious to see what the ratings are now, because both Bergeron and O'Reilly should increase the defensive rating for this team, not just the offense, because they have such good D-awareness. Even Marchand, I think, does too. So let's take a look. 97 offense, 92 defense, 85 goaltending. Like I said, guys, we were, 5 points back of a playoff spot? 4 points back with a game in hand on the Flyers. Let's see if we can make it happen. Wow. Look at this comeback, guys. We actually ended up winning the division, 99 points, which is pretty solid. We only lost, 4 games or something after the deadline. Definitely the acquisitions helped us. Tied there with the Capitals, but I guess we had more regulation overtime wins, which doesn't make sense. They had 3 more wins than us. I don't know. We somehow got the tiebreaker, though, so we'll take it. I'll show you guys here. So the deadline passed. Won a couple of games, lost the Islanders, won a few more. 3 losses in a row there, which I was really worried about, but then we actually won out, aside from a shootout loss to the Blues and a loss there to the Rangers. So the team played really well up to the deadline. Only 99 points, but it won us the division. Good enough. AHL team 130, and it is good enough to win the AHL. So that's good to see. AHL there winning whatever the AHL President's Trophy is. It's some long name, I always forget. So 99 points there. Not only a playoff spot, we won the division as well. It's awesome. Crosby 91. Only had 27 goals, though, so he slowed down a little bit in the second half. Did not beat Maryland Lemieux's goal record this year. O'Reilly had 90. How do you do on our team? 19 and 20. We will take that. Marchand 88. McKinnon 81. Gensel, Malkin, both 77. Wheeler 72 as a 79. Overall is just some number, apparently. Whitmore 65. I think he definitely has a chance at the Calder. Bergeron 64. I should check both Marchand and Bergeron how they did on our team. Marchand was over a point per game, mostly scoring goals there. Bergeron, 15 and 20 for a third liner. We'll take that. Hedman, 57. Jeez, how many guys? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys on our team had 50 plus points. That's crazy. And 9 of them had 64 plus points, so pretty ridiculous. Goaltending stats here, Leonard, .899, 3.13 is not bad. Blomqvist actually had nuts numbers in the 6 games he played. 5-1, 2 shutouts, a .946 and a 1.64. This guy, wow, he's really fast. Maybe he'd be our goalie of the future. I don't know. It's so hard to tell, though. It's just, backup goalies, whether or not they're actually going to play well as a starter. AHL, Beecher, 67, McMichael, Anderson, Soderblom really dropped off. Last year he went off 95 points. This year only 58, but he had Wenberg and Whitmore to play with last year. Lindstein, 58. I'd like to see that. Let's see here. Dostal, good numbers, .912 and 2.21. Again, it's kind of weaker competition, though, in the AHL. Take a look at the entire league now. Draisaitl, 1 yard Ross, 122. McDavid right behind him with Matthews there. Ovi, 106. I actually learned, so he had 65 goals again. The reason being, I think I started my franchise before I could have changed anyways, but his shot pass frequency is a 2 out of 15. So basically, he shoots the puck almost every time, he never passes. I think the 2 is a bit too outrageous, which you can see here with how much he's scoring at 40 years old. It should probably be like, I don't know, a 3, maybe a 4. You guys can let me know if you've kind of played around with it at all. Okay, Tavares at 95. We almost traded for him. Let's see. Defensive scoring here. Quinn Hughes, 87. Okay. Rookie skaters. Wow. Melvin Marks. The 17th overall pick in 2023. Guy's got 99 passing, 95 shot. No defensive awareness. All offensive there, 96. What the heck? 81 points. Whitmore's got 65. So even though Whitmore's got a way better plus minus at plus 23, Marks had 16 more points. So not going to win the Calder, I don't think. Looking at the goalie stats here, Spencer Knight, 40 wins. Best save percentage for a starter, Linus Ullmark, .916. Best goals against looks to be also Ullmark. So probably going to be winning the Vezina there with the Blackhawks. Taking a look now at the entire standings. Obviously, we know we won our division. And in the NHL, we actually finished 4th place with 99. Didn't expect that. Only 3 teams with 100 plus. And Chicago and Florida, they were both 100 right on, so only a point above us. And Vancouver won the Presidents with 105. So this year just seems like it was very, very close in terms of competition. Everyone was, pretty similar in terms of rating, I guess. Winnipeg squeaks in as the 20th best team, but 88 points is still pretty respectable. It's not like they're a bad team at all. Last NHL, the Kraken with 47 points. That is rough, very rough. Goals for, we finished 3rd, both tied Vancouver actually for 2nd. Goals against, we had the 6th best goals against. So we're a good team here, I think, heading into the playoffs. AHL team, of course, probably the favorites to win that Calder Cup. Even though they didn't really have any great players this year, they still seem to do really well as a team. So in the first round, guys, we have the Maple Leafs. Okay, so almost traded for Tavares. Hopefully he doesn't ruin our playoff chances here. Take a look at that team now. Nylander, Tavares, Marner, they lost Matthews. Voracek, Robertson up to an 88. Arvidsson, Bailey, Dragachensev, Thompson, Peary, Colton, Amirov. Defensively here, Riley, Liljegren, Tanev, Sandin, Gosper, Mayfield. Goaltending, Campbell, and Vlader. Okay, so a pretty good team, but we're definitely the better team on paper. Let's see what happens here, guys. We're going to have home ice advantage as we did with our division. First 2 games at home. 3-2 OT win, 4-3 OT loss. First 2 games both go to OT. Head to Toronto now, Scotiabank. Game 3 is a win. Game 4 is a loss. Wow, so a big Game 3 win, 4-2 loss there. Series tied 2-2, head back to Pitt. We get a 6-2 win, Game 5. And there we go. We beat the Leafs in 6. Heading on to the second round here. Who are we going to play? It is the Washington Capitals, a classic matchup. And you see our AHL team here swept the Providence Bruins in the first round. And they've actually got the Bridgeport Islanders in the second. That's got to be the worst logo in the AHL. It's so bad. So Washington Capitals here, kind of like the Leafs. I was thinking about maybe making a trade for their 2-star players in Carlson and Ovechkin. McKinnon's going off right now. He's got 11 and 6. So basically averaging 2 points a game. I'm not really sure what the Leafs are doing with Tavares on the block. Washington with Ovi on the block if they're a playoff team. So Stankoven, 77's on the first line. He's got decent offensive stats, but still, I don't know about that. Kuznetsov, Wilson he's playing with. Brown, LaPierre, Ovi on the second. Stanford Nelson, Bray-Bollet on the third. Lemieux, Bystedt, McLeod on the fourth. Defensively, Alexiev, Carlson, Dumba, Murray, Fairbury, and Norlinder. That's a pretty solid top 6. And then goaltending-wise, Samsonov, they're starting there at 86. So this Washington team's pretty good. Obviously, we got a washout for Ovi, but I like our team better. Thing is, it's the classic matchup. This could go either way. First 2 games in Pitt. Wow, that's not good. 2 losses, 5-1 regulation. Luckily, the second game went to OT. Game 5 at home now. 3-2 OT loss. You kidding me? We can't win a game in Pittsburgh. So this could be it, guys. We got to win the next 2 games. Let's sim these things period by period. These are classic matchups. 0-0 after 1. 2-2 after 2. Melk and McKinnon for us. Ovi and Bystedt for them. Please. We need a hero. We're going to have shot here by a bit. Lapierre. Come on. Lots of time left, though. Tie this thing up. And then let's win OT. Beret Belay. It's probably all she wrote. I'll just simulate the period. Yep. Are you kidding me? So we're out in round 2 to our rivals, the Washington Capitals. They saw us add all those pieces, and they didn't want us to be successful. They didn't want us to win. I can't believe that. Wow. What? When I last looked at the AHL team, they were 5-0, and I checked back, and they're 5-4, and just got knocked out by the Islanders, who won 4 straight on us after I said they had the worst logo in the AHL. So they put me in check. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Wow, how unfortunate. Both teams out in the second round. The draft results just came in, guys. Calgary there picking first overall, jumping up from 4. And you might see it on the right. Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup. So, again, we lose the eventual Stanley Cup winner. McKinnon, he had a great playoff. 15 points there in 12 games. I think, sometimes you're just getting lucky in the playoffs. That's probably all that happened. Yeah, Marchand, Crosby, 14. So the Halifax line absolutely carried. I'd love to bring Marchand back. O'Reilly did well. Gensel, Malkin, Bergeron. Really can't complain about anybody here. Leonard, decent stats too. Definitely better this playoff than last. Take a look at the playoff tree. So Washington Capitals there. Beat the Devils in 7, us in 6, Flyers in 5 before beating the Oilers in 7. That'd be pretty crazy. McDavid versus Ovi. Oilers there beat the Golden Knights in 7, Canucks in 6, and the Avs in 6. Awards here. Stanley Cup, of course, Washington Capitals, Presidents, Canucks. We know the Clarence's Campbell, Prince of Wales. Drysdale there at the Art Ross Trophy and the Hart. Quinn Hughes, James Norris. Mitch Marner, Lady Bing. That Marks guy did get the Calder. Kind of sucks. Brock Nelson, Conn Smythe. Interesting. Allmark got the Vezina as we predicted. Also won the William Jennings Trophy. Morgan here got the Bill Masterton. Sharks coach Jack Adams. Dylan Cousins, Selke. That's pretty cool. I don't really see him win it that much. Of course, we trade for O'Reilly. He doesn't win it. Like, come on. Drysdale also got the Ted Lindsay. And then Ovi there, Maurice Richard. I didn't even actually check that, as I always forget. AHL here. Henderson Silver Knights won the Calder Cup. We didn't win the regular season, though. We won our division, our conference regular season, all that stuff. Individual here. Palin, regular season points. Ostapchuk, MVP. Alvestad, most goals and best rookie. Spence, best D-man. Jones, best goalie. Phillips, MVP. I think we had him like 1 year, didn't we? We traded him. Palin, sportsmanship. Anglin there. Community involvement. And then Dostal, lowest goals against. Okay, so we got something. He actually split it with Blomqvist, even though we called out Blomqvist. Blomqvist had played enough games, so that's kind of cool. Still pretty upset. Second round exits for both the NHL and the AHL team. I'm hoping we can bring back some of the veterans we got at the trade deadline, as I think they really helped out the team. Played amazing, basically, once we got them. Look at our retired players here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ovi goes out a champion. Are you kidding me? How perfect is that? Wins the Stanley Cup. 1,853 points there in 1,607 games. Of course, he sets the goal record at 1,040 goals. I think the goal record's like 870 or something. Pavelski also retires. Blake Wheeler retires. He was a good player for us, but he's 39. He's down to 78. I mean, he still had a great year. 72 points there. He could have kept playing. Same goes for Ovi. Literally, not just a champion, but he also went out winning the Maurice Richard Trophy. Phil Kessel, you gotta love it. Paul Stastny, Brent Burns, Letang. Wow. So the first of our core 4 retires, Chris Letang. I can't believe that. I really thought it would have been Fleury who retired first, but we haven't checked goalies yet. He might be gone too. At least we got, Letang another cup. Can be happy about that. Hornqvist, Yossi retires at 36. Was already down to a 78. That's kind of crazy. Was he still making money on that big contract? He was. 3 years left at $9 million. Duncan Keith there. Spurgeon. Spurgeon was probably high rated, or 81's not bad. Henrique Brassard. Subban there. Dadonov, Ekholm. So, a lot of pretty big name players retiring here. Goaltenders, Marc-Andre Fleury. He calls it quits with his fellow Frenchman in Letang. So at least he got to play a bit more games in the NHL in this final season. He didn't just rot in the AHL. I'm happy with our decision. 1,107 games played. How crazy is that? Tuukka Rask there also retiring with him. Same with Jonathan Quick, Varlamov, Reimer, Francouz. So again, some pretty big name players. Now I actually want to check the all-time record book here. I'm curious. And look at that. Marc-Andre Fleury, most ever games played. Although I'm pretty sure on the retired players screen it showed 1100, and here it's showing 1848. I don't know about that. 1848 is so many. I think that's actually glitched. And right next to that, guys, you can see I was right about Ovechkin. 1,040 goals, does have him as the all-time goal leader. Gretzky actually had 894 to be exact. And Ovi even finished 4th in all-time points, which is pretty nuts. And Fleury there, 2nd all-time in wins. Ovi also has the most 50-goal seasons with 13. And what's kind of crazy, even though he's had 13 50-goal seasons, he has not had 8 or more 100-point seasons. So we're at the draft now, guys, and right here I'm trying to trade Leonard for a 6th-round pick. It's just signing rights for him. I'm thinking we got to go with the younger guy, Ukko-Pekka-Lehkonen. Leonard didn't really, amaze me or anything this season. He was good, not great. Try to get 6th. They say yes. Okay, that's actually awesome because we only have a lot of picks. We had 3 picks, now we have 4. I was looking at the rest of the guys. Anyone else we could, trade their rights, but I don't think so. I'm going to try and obviously bring Hedman back. He's a big piece. We have a lot of 80s there that really aren't worth anything. Forward-wise, I'd love to bring back O'Reilly. The rest of the guys, I feel like it's just better to try to hold on to them. Oh my gosh, 1st overall there, 82 medium franchise. I haven't even looked at the draft class yet. The rest of the guys there look to be medium elite. Any gems? Couple gems. Unfortunately, probably not going to be there when we're picking, but you never know. And this guy at 220, Martinson, pretty good chance to be medium elite. That'd be awesome. So this is our first pick, guys, just number 57 in the 2nd round. So after the franchise guy went to the Flames, you got Billick here, 81 medium elite, 82 medium elite, 81, 81. So actually a pretty solid top 5 draft. Carolina, the high top 9 at 10. It's a rough pick. It's a really rough pick. So I think both of our gems, unfortunately, are gone. Right there's a guaranteed medium top 6 defenseman, which I don't care about. Our gems are gone. So in terms of potential, this guy is supposed to be medium elite, still there. Honestly, guys, I'm looking at all the players I'm going to draft. It doesn't really make sense to take any of them right now, so I'm going to see if I can maybe trade back. So I'm offering the Blues our 2nd rounder for their 3rd and a 4th. I feel like this is pretty fair, even though the value's on their side a bit. Trades rejected. I feel like if it was the other way around, they would say no. I'd have to offer a 2nd and a 4th or something. Kind of lame. I'll do a 6th next year as well. This should kind of even it out. There we go. So with our 3rd round pick, guys, I'm going to take Muskowitz, sniper here. His best trade's supposed to be goal scoring, so maybe he could be like an AHL superstar. NHL ETA 3 years, and he's 63 overall, low top 6. I feel like that's not bad there for the 3rd round. 4th and a bolster. I don't want bolsters. So 4th round here, we'll see who we have left. This Russian center here, Safronov, supposed to go around now. NHL ETA 3 years. I'm trying to take more forwards this draft, because last draft we literally took all defensemen. 66 medium top 9. That's not terrible. And we're now picking at 150 in the 5th round. What do we got left here for pins? Okay, so this guy 220, he'll be safe. Leduc here also, I noticed too, guys, should have the truculent X factor, which is pretty nice. I guess at this point, Prokhorkin's supposed to be low top 4. NHL ETA 3 years. I'll take Prokhorkin here just because he's the next highest rated. 59 low top 6, not the greatest. And we actually had the first pick in the 6th round here. So we'll probably play it safe. Take the guy who we're thinking is medium elite. He's got 3 or 4 bars. Martinson. 49 medium top 6. That sucks. We actually have another 6th round pick here. Both pins should still be there. We'll take Leduc because he does have, or he's supposed to have, an X factor. 65 low elite. Let's go. And now I'm trying to get a 7th round pick from Seattle. Offering up Ristolainen, who's a 7th D potential and a 7th. They said yes. Okay. So basically we can use that pick to take the last guy we have pinned, who's probably nothing, but you never know. So, Bordelot here, 2 bars to be medium elite, medium bottom 6. At least we know, though. Alright, guys, we're at the resign phase here. We have $47 million in cap space, but we have some big name players to resign. So, the first, Victor Hedman. We were paying him $13 million last year. Wow, he's asking for $5 million less. That's why we didn't trade away his rights, because that is very fair. I'll try offering him $8 million to start, and then we'll just go up from there. I think he obviously liked playing with our team. He wants an extension. O'Reilly does not. He's actually up to a 90. He wants $12 million. So we cannot afford O'Reilly. I'm almost positive. I'm just going to let him go for now. Marchand I'd love to bring back, though. That East Coast line, $8 million for 2 years. Let's do 1 year, 7.5. I think we can swing that. I'm pretty sure we can. Crosby wants 8. I mean, let's do 8 point. Let's just do 8.0. We'll see what he says for that. Wenberg probably pissed me from the AHL. That's actually really fair for an 83. Have to consider that for sure. Yanni Gourde, also super fair ask for an 83, so I think I'll probably bring back both of them. Mason Appleton's an 82. That's a bit expensive, I think. We'll probably have some young guys coming up. Now, Bergeron here's an 81, but he's probably going to want more money than 81 should. 4 million. We'll see if we can do it. Dumoulin's now an 81. He wants 1.8, so he's definitely taking a pay cut. Let's try like 1.5, see what he says. And as I mentioned before, Lindstein definitely getting called up to the NHL next season. So Yanni Gourde, guys, was asking for 1.75. I'm going to try 1.5 for 2. If he says yes, that's so good. Wenberg, 3 years. Let's try 1.75. Again, these are great deals, I think. I noticed too, Whitmore's up to an 89. So Bergeron would actually round out the third line. I'm just basically wondering if we have enough money to do it. Defensively, Hedman's deal. What does Mook Hamilton want? 3.6 for 2. That's really good. Let's do 1 though, because I think Crosby and Malcolm may retire soon, so we'll have more money. Try 2.2 for 1. I also just realized we still need Ukko-Pekka-Lehkonen to sign. We'll qualify. And 8 for 6. Okay, let's just see what the money's looking like, because Blomqvist had solid stats. And look at that, guys. Brad Marchand, easy decision to renew my contract. Same with Mook Hamilton. Crosby's coming back too. Dumoulin wants more money. Hedman came back, and again, we got like, what, $5 million off his last year deal. Gourde wants a bit more, that's fine. Wenberg also wants a bit more money and more play time, which he's actually going to get looking at the depth chart. Still have 23 million in cap space, so I think we're actually in a really good spot. Alright guys, so both Gourde and Wenberg rejected my second offer. I'm just going to offer them exactly what they're asking for since they're kind of playing hardball with me, and it's still a good value for their rating. And then in terms of Dumoulin, I think I'm actually going to let him go. I'm looking at our team here. I feel like we got a solid top 4. Lindstein might actually push into the top 4 because he's going to grow, you know that. And so at that point, we're basically going to pay Dumoulin $2 million to be 1 overall higher than Joseph or Stanley, who are much younger. It doesn't make a lot of sense, so even though it hurts, I think we got to let go of Dumoulin. It's his time. Letang also just left, his longtime D partner, same with Fleury. So kind of changing the guard here. Speaking of Stanley, he accepted his deal. Beckman, Gourde accepted. Wenberg still wants more play time. Joseph accepted too. Some AHL guys there. You know what, guys? I feel like we did Wenberg dirty. He's not going to come back unless we overpay him. I'm just going to let him go. There's usually some value free agents. Now, Bergeron, even though he's 81, is such a good third-line center. But I think I'm going to stick on the 1-year deal. We'll try like 3.75, see what he says. And then I think everyone else is signed that we need. We still need to add probably 3 more bottom 6 forwards NHL. Defense, we're good for next year. And then goalies, of course, Ukko-Pekka-Lehkonen needs a contract. I think 7.5 for 6 gets it done. And we have our goalie for the rest of this thing. And there we go. Bergeron said yes. Same with Ukko-Pekka-Lehkonen. Okay, so we got 13 million to spend. We are setting goal. We're set on D. Like I said, we literally just need 3 bottom 6 forwards. 13 million is more than enough for that. We could even just go all out on a superstar and then have some like 78 overalls, the cheapest guys we could get to fill out the bottom 6. Now free agency, guys, probably my favorite time of the episode. Who is available? Matvei Michkov, Joakim Kamel, both, of course, RFAs. Lots of RFAs there. The Santilla dude, medium franchise. Jonathan Duran up to an 88. That's crazy because even after I lower his rating potential, he still grows just, I don't know, based on probably playtime with Montreal. Also, he's like super offensive. Patrick Kane would be sick. We don't really need him. John Tavares, though, would be very sick. The thing is, he has to play in our top 6. If he does, either Whitmore or Malkin's playing third line, which, I mean, I guess Malkin could be a third liner at this point. Timo Meier would also be really nice. Power forward, probably help out the chem. Now, I just sorted forwards by overall, and I found some players I think are going to be absolute steals. So the first one here is Klim Kostin. 86 overall, only went 3.6. And he's got great physical stats, 95 aggressiveness, 97 body check, 98 strength. He's also got a really good shot and hand, 96 stick checking as well, good speed. He's basically your perfect bottom 6 player. I'm going to offer him 3.75. Give him the 3 years he wants. Hopefully he says yes. Also, too, I just realized he's 6'4", so obviously he has the size as well. And then as I kept going down, Jane Schwartz here, 85 overall, wants 2.4. This guy is one of the better defensive forwards in the game. 90 awareness, 90 stick check. He's very good defensively. If you guys are wondering, I did edit his stats to make sure he's really good defensively because that is true to real life. But I think he'd be a great addition to like the ultimate defensive third line with Bergeron. 2.4 for 1. He'll probably be good for 2. So we'll offer, I don't know, 2.6 for 2 years, see what he says. And we're still going to have a decent amount of money there to actually bring in like, you know, 1 or 2 more bottom 6 forwards. And now looking at goalies here, guys. Sorokin's the top goalie available, 87 overall. Let's do 2-way goalies in case there's like a elite one available. Medium starter, but he's 25. Nothing crazy. I'll take a look at two-way skaters as well here. Free low elite. Might as well make an offer. Brendan Othman, 23.78. I would definitely like to get him signed if we can. Ron Noel, 25.78. He's usually a pretty solid AHL player. I just noticed Malatesta here, 23.75. For some reason, a UFA. We actually lost a lot of AHL players to like basically aging out. They're like 27. Let's see. Heineman, 24.75. I'll probably just do Tracy Nikkinen here as well. Mikko Kokkonen, 25.79, medium top 4. Surprised like he's getting let go. I feel like he could turn into an 80 and then he's an NHL defenseman for you. Grushnikov here, 23.75, low top 4. He looks not a very good shot, but we do need some AHLD help as well. Same thing, we lost a couple guys, so I'll make him an offer. Kuliachonik, 25.79. Definitely sign him. And now doing some math, guys, I think we should have enough money to sign John Tavares if we want to. I don't want to push our luck, though. He wants 2 years. I'm going to offer, like, 8.75. If no one else makes an offer, he might say yes. And that way just make sure, like, we still can get Kostin and Schwartz. Curious to see, of course, if they'll say yes. Alright, guys, so John Beveridge here. I believe he was a low elite, 53 overall or whatever. He signed with us. Islanders here want us to drop back 2 rounds to take Lennox's contract. I am not doing that. Braden Tracy said yes, so HL team got better. Kuliachonik, same thing. Othman, Grushnikov, Malatesta, Kokkonen, Nikkinen. So the HL team's looking good. Come on. Kostin said yes, so there we go. Big help to the bottom 6. Same goes for Tavares. Please have enough money for Schwartz. No longer have cap space. Come on. So, we got John Tavares, though. We definitely can't be too upset. How much? 2.4 million. I think I offered Schwartz like 2.5. If he's still available, which he is, he's asking for 2.4. He only wants 1 year, so I'll just give him exactly what he's asking for. Hopefully we'll get him. If we do, we are laughing. And there we go, guys. Schwartz did say yes, so our team is going to be stacked next year. So we're getting close to the end of July here, guys. We only have 950k to spend. Looking for some steals. Vince Dunn's asking for 1.2. I mean, if no one else makes him an offer, he might say yes to that, which means he'd actually be an upgrade for our 6th defenseman. Also, Fajmo here, 82. He'd be a 4th liner for us, but 800k is asking for. Like, that's so cheap. I don't think he's that bad, so definitely going to try and get him. Worst case, again, he's in the AHL. Max Jones here, same thing. He's 80 overall, wants 800k. Really good physical. 90 strength, body check, aggressiveness. Not very good defensive awareness, but for a 4th line, especially I think we roll 3 lines, just going to be going out there hitting people. I don't mind that. And I just found this defenseman here, guys. Iorio, 23.79. I think maybe could help with the AHL team. Kind of like a weird stat setup, but whatever. So Max Jones accepted our offer, which is nice. He might be a 4th line forward for us. We'll see how the chemistry fits. Waiting to hear back still from Dunn, who probably going to say no. Yeah, I mean, I figured. 1.2 million. We're 300k lower. Fajmo says yes as well. Alright, guys, so let's start next season. I'll show you what the lines are looking like. I'm going to say it. We are stacked. Hopefully, we can actually win a Stanley Cup. So we got Marchand, Tavares, and McKinnon on the first line, with Whitmore, Crosby, Gensel on the second. Now you guys might be wondering why Crosby isn't first line center. I broke up the East Coast line. As you can see there, for whatever reason, the chemistry gets worse. So, I mean, if we're going to have 2 plus 5s, it makes sense for our first line. He's also 3 overall higher than Crosby, so I don't really mind it. Third line there, Malkin, Bergeron, Kostin. 4th line, Fajmo, Gord, Schwartz. That's a nasty bottom 6. Again, like, we have some really good players there. Defensively here, Brodin, Drysdale, the new top pair, they get a plus 5. Lindstein, Hedman on the second, get 0. And then Stanley and Mukab-Madeline get 0 as well. So, looks like a solid defense. Goaltending-wise, Ukko-Pekka starting, he's 88. I think he was 87 when we traded for him. Blomqvist backing him up. In terms of the AHL team, they also look really good. Othman here's up to an 80. Beecher, 81. Soderblom's still 78, but he still has an insane shot. Tracy, McMichael, Rolos, Beckman, Nikkinen, Svechkovsky, Gruden, Niederbach, Malatesta. Defensively here, Kuliachonik and Iorio there get a plus 3, while Joseph plus 2. Salmelainen and Kokkonen 0. Salmelainen here, 20 years old, 67 overall, medium top 4, was our 2nd round pick, 2025. He looks like he could be a defenseman for us in the future. And goaltending wise, Doss also the starter with Lennox backing him up. So both teams are looking good. The NHL team, I think, is pretty stacked. Like, that team's got superstar power, it's got depth, it's got an elite goalie, it's got everything. So I'll see here our rating before I end the video. Should be just as good, I think, as last year. We've got 100 offense, let's go. 94 defense and 88 goaltending. So yeah, like this team is very, very good. Hopefully, good enough to win a Stanley Cup. Like I said, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.